Hello, my name is Debbie Sherman, and I'm an Infor FSM Solution Architect here at Intellius. Thank you for selecting this quick recorded webinar on how to set up the new trial balance summary and detail report in Infor FSM. In the April cumulative update release, Infor dropped the new detail balance enhancement. And if you are a previous Lawson user, you would know this as the old GL290 functionality. Previously, the trial balance showed the amount for each account by summing all debits and credits and showing the total as either a debit or credit. But the new functionality now sums up the debits and credits individually for an account and displays a total for debits and a total for credits. You can see this here. We have a beginning balance. We have the period activity for debits, the period activity for credits, and then the ending balance. In order to be able to use this new functionality, there are a few prerequisite setup steps that I will walk through. You will need the application administrator, async administrator, and administration console roles to complete these steps. Once you've logged into FSM, you will select the application administrator role. From the left, you'll want to expand Global Ledger and expand Utilities. From there, you will want to rebuild totals. Once you select Rebuild Totals, the Rebuild Total form will appear. Your Finance Enterprise group will default. You have the option to select an entity, single, or group. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to select a single entity. One thing to consider, if you wish to select a group, you need to ensure that you've got an entity group created that is inclusive of all your accounting entities. You must then select a fiscal year. Selecting the year 2024. You will then click Submit. Once you have submitted the job, you will need to wait for the Rebuild Total process to complete. And this is where the Async Administrator role is used. We will switch roles to the Async Administrator. Cube, we will ensure that nothing is running. If necessary, refresh until all active and queued activities is cleared out. This may take several minutes. I have already performed these steps, so we would not have to wait for them to complete. The next step in the process is to once again change roles and select the Administrator Console role. From the left navigation menu, we are going to select Analytic Cubes. From the Reload and Refresh tab, we will select General Ledger Total. And from here you will see that the last reload date was 10/9 of 2024 and the last refresh date was 5/14 of 2025. From the header, we are going to click Reload Cube. You will ensure on the Schedules tab that this says Run Once and click OK. Continue to refresh at the top until it indicates the cube is active again. Note here the reload continues to run. This generally takes a minute or two, depending on the volume of transactions your organization has. As you can see here, the reload is complete and the dates have been updated. So once this is complete, we're going to go back to the application administrator role. We will expand Global Ledger, expand My Reports, and get into account analysis. So from any account analysis setting that you have set up, you will click on the trial balance hyperlink on the right-hand side. I'll give us a little more real estate here. And you will now note you're seeing debits and or credits. Notice in some columns the activity is a debit, and in other columns the activity is a credit. So notice in this display account panel, over to the left-hand side, you'll see your parameters. So any of these parameters can be changed. We can change the month to period 5, and at the top can save and refresh to change any of these numbers. As you can see, these numbers here did indeed change. You can add an account, change entities, change your scenario and reporting basis, add additional periods, and look for specific transactions for specific systems. So as you expand summaries, you'll see additional information beneath these. And as you know, you can click any hyperlink to look at the detailed transactions or load them in the bottom here. That functionality remains the same. Now on the left-hand side at the bottom of that panel, there's some additional items. This detailed trial balance, if you click it and click Save and Refresh, changes the data above. In many places it will indicate whether or not there have been debits and credit transactions that make up the amounts that you're seeing. And that checkbox will show those debits and credits in detail. The suppress 0 rows, I believe, is self-explanatory, and it will remove all rows with zeros. Again, you can use life-to-date beginning balances and also show the dimension filters. This allows you to add a department, a funding source, location, payer, or any of the finance dimensions you have set up within your FSM. So I think that sums up how to do the prerequisites for setting up this new functionality and gives you what you need to start reporting. If you have any questions or need any assistance with reporting or consulting services related to Infor FSM, please feel free to contact any one of us here at Intellius. Thank you very much for joining us for this short and informative video. Have a wonderful day.